Good morning. So this is a video that I'm very excited about. Y'all know I am the holiday homeschooler. I like to go all out for all of the holidays. Now, unfortunately, that usually means that the holiday has a ton of sugar and junk food involved. Now, I'm not against candy at all. Like, there's a time and a place. However, because we go all out for all of the holidays, I am not a fan of giving my daughter a basket or a stocking or a bucket full of candy every month for whatever holiday that we are celebrating. So I'm going to come at you guys today with some Easter themed baskets and things that you can put inside of eggs that are not edible. So these are going to be like toys or things that they can use. They're not going to be revolved around candy. Now, before we get going, if you are somebody that watches my videos consistently, welcome back. We appreciate you. If you are brand new here, I'm Tanya Johnson. I'm the holiday homeschooler, and I honestly believe that every season is a holiday season. So whether it's a big name holiday like Easter or something a little bit less celebrated, especially with kids, would be like a St. Patrick's Day type thing, I am a fan of celebrating life, period. So we turn every day into a holiday around here, and that's exactly what I teach you guys how to do as well. Now, when I think holiday, I think vacation. So that means I like to do things in a very low stress, low prep way. So for Easter, there is no difference there. This is going to be low stress, low prep. I'm not a huge like DIY person. You absolutely can be. I'm just saying that I'm not. So I'm going to give you 10 different Easter basket themes that do not revolve around food. Give you ideas of what to put inside of those Easter baskets, again, that are not edible items. And then also give you ideas of how to pair certain things that fit inside of eggs with that theme. Now, there are a couple items where you would need to buy bigger eggs to do this, especially as your kids get a little bit older. But there's something in here for all ages, from preschool all the way up through college age. Plus, I have a bonus basket idea for husbands that I think is really fun. Now, the two sweet things that my daughter does get for Easter is a chocolate Easter bunny. Now, we typically get one of the smaller ones. I don't give like the giant Easter chocolate bunnies. And then she usually gets a couple of Peeps. Now, the reason being, the Easter bunny has been a tradition in my family since I was little, so it's just something that I keep doing. We typically would get much larger ones. I do the smaller ones for my daughter. And then the Peeps, my daughter loves Peeps. I honestly think they're disgusting. I'm not a huge fan at all. Now, I have found one flavor, the sour watermelon, that I like. But as a kid, like, the flavors weren't a thing, so normal Peeps, not a fan. But she's always loved Peeps, so one time a year, she gets a couple flavors of Peeps, and that holds her over until next Easter. Now, as the themes pop up on whatever side they're going to pop up on, there's going to be an emoji beside them telling you what age group that theme is for. So we have the baby. This represents your preschool / toddlers all the way up through younger elementary. We're going to have the little tweeny bopper girl, and that's going to represent your tweens and your teens. And then we're going to have the groom, which is going to represent your husband. Now, college age, that is going to depend on how young your college age kid is at heart. So they're going to fall somewhere in the tween and teen category usually. But then the husband one actually will work for college age kids as well. And then you're also going to have some older teens that they have grown out of the tween and teen categories when it comes to like the fun stuff. And so they're going to be more into that adult category as well. Okay, so the first theme is going to be your dress up theme. Now, as you guessed it, this is going to be for toddlers through younger elementary. We've done this twice. They were a huge hit both times. Now, with dress up theme, pretty much anything goes. Literally, you can put sunglasses and you can put capes and you can put hats and you can put gloves and you can put socks and you can put tutus. Like, you can literally put whatever you want in there. Something that I've always done is I would go to the store the day or two after Halloween and I would grab a couple costumes and I would add those to her Easter basket come April. And then we'd also reuse those as a costume for Halloween. So you can choose to do something like that as well. I'm going to pop up on the screen. This is one of her favorite ones that she got in her Easter basket. She literally wore this sucker all year round. And as you can tell, it literally is just Supergirl. It's a pink cape. The pink tutu came from the dollar store. The cape came from Amazon. And the little mask thingy also came from the dollar store. So I hit up dollar stores and I piece little things together. You can always get like princess wands and princess crowns and like lots of fun things for little kids at the dollar store. Now, the things that you can put inside of an egg. So what I like to do when I am putting a basket together is I theme the eggs to go with the basket. So when I go hide all the eggs, they're typically going to be things that they can open, and it goes with the theme of their basket. And honestly, a big reason for that is it just gives me a reason to not put a bunch of candy inside of the eggs. So for the dress up one, it's super easy. You can put rings and necklaces and bracelets and all the fun, cute little costume jewelry that will fit inside of an Easter egg. Now, the second theme I have up here for you guys is just going to be creativity. So this is literally for all ages, including husbands. If your husband has some kind of a hobby that he's into and you want to turn that into an Easter basket, you absolutely can. You can do this as niched down as you want to, or you can just do a creativity basket. So you can have all the different kinds of things in there. So things that we've done in the past, now I've not done just one creativity basket. I have done a niched down creativity basket, and I'll explain that when I get down to it. But we've done like foil art and Mad Libs and sand art, painting supplies and jewelry making things, rock painting kits, literally anything that your kid is into that's more on the creative side, you can do a creativity basket. You can also include like markers and crayons and, artsier type supplies like that as well. You can also niche down and just do like a straight art basket where everything is supplies versus kits. So again, you can do that however you want to do it. Now the eggs are a little trickier for a basket like this because it's hard to kind of theme them and get them small enough to fit into an egg. One thing we did in the past is we did a jewelry making basket. I told you we niched down a little bit more than just creativity. She had just gotten into jewelry. Now, if y'all don't know, my daughter has a jewelry business now. She's 10. She wants to be a foster mom. So she is already trying to figure out ways to earn money so where she can stay at home and help other kids. She's not sure she wants to have her own kids right now, and that might change. It might not. We're just praying that, God leads her in whatever direction he has for her to go. But she does have a jewelry making business where she's already making money to fund the things that she wants to do. And then her hope is that it will grow large enough as she's going through her high school years and then her adult years, that it will fund her lifestyle of being a foster mom, which I think is really cool. So I have that popped up here on the screen. If there's anything you'd like to order from her, we do ship anywhere in the US at this point. So the three main collections that she has in her business right now is the Mommy and Me collection. And that's going to be a bracelet that says mom or mommy or mama or whatever your version of mom is. And then the daughters have matching bracelets. They could be matching in color. They could be matching in style. There's a whole, you literally customize this however you want to. But they say mini, or they will say the kid's name if you want to do mommy and then the kids' names. Now this one up here is the classic black, pink, and white. I thought it was super cute. And this lady just has the one daughter, so it's perfect for her. Now we have a friend that we're going to make bracelets for. She's got 3 daughters. And so I was telling her she could have mama on the bracelet and then have, let's just, for example, maybe her kid's favorite colors are red, pink, and blue. So the mom's bracelet would be red, pink, and blue. And then you would break it up with some black or some white and some different hearts and stuff to make it, again, pop. And then the daughter's bracelets would be, one would be pink, again, broken up with some black and some charms. One would be blue, one would be purple, to where they all fit into that mama's bracelet theme. So Mama and Me collection is out there. She also has the character collection. Literally any character that you have that you like, she can turn that into a bracelet with the color theme of that character and really just make it scream, Stitch, or Pooh, or whatever the character is. And then the third one is just our holiday collection. So this one actually started out as a teacher gift that she made for some teachers of hers. I'll put it up here on the screen. This is her Christmas teacher gift. She made one of these for all of her different teachers that she has for church and for the homeschool community as well. And then it turned into people wanting them for their kids for different holidays. Like teachers would order them for the students. So we had a teacher at a local Christian school. This is the picture of her finished product. She ordered a whole set for every girl in her class. And then we had parents wanting to order them for their kids. So every holiday we have a cute little card that comes with it. There's usually a couple different options that you can pick from. Obviously, right now, Mother's Day is the holiday that's coming up. So the Mama and Me collection is the one that a lot of moms are ordering. And then we have a lot of adult daughters that are ordering a Mommy and Me set for them and their adult mom, because obviously her bracelets do not look like they're meant for super little kids. Like I wear some of her bracelets and I think they're really cute. So that is the huge collection coming up right now. And then we also have the end of the year teacher gifts. So we have a lot of parents ordering them for their kids' teachers. So if you want to order any of those from her, Easter, it's a little too late to order at this point. I don't think that they would get there in time, but Mother's Day or end of school, it's a perfect time to order those bracelets. You can reach out to me on social media. I don't have her website set up yet, although that is the next thing on our list to get done is set her up a website. But you can reach out to me on social media. The bracelets are only $5 a piece, so they are very reasonably priced. She hand makes all of them, so this is something that she's very proud of, the work that she's putting into this. I'm on Facebook as Tanya Gray Johnson. Now, she also has a Facebook page you can reach out to, and that is shown up on the screen. It is Glory's Glam Shop. Eventually, it will be more than just bracelets, but that is what she's running with right now. And then you can also reach out to me on Instagram at The Holiday Homeschooler. So if you want to order anything from her, she'll absolutely appreciate it. You'll get a nice little thank you card in the mail with your order. And yeah, she started on the jewelry thing years ago, and it started as an Easter basket because she thought she was into jewelry making. We weren't really sure, but we figured, you know, that's as good as any to put a Easter basket together. So the basket had string, it had like little boxes to put your beads in, and it had several packs of beads as well. And then the Easter eggs, we put certain colors of beads. So like all the pink eggs had like little pink baggie of beads in them. Orange eggs had orange. We just thought it was fun to like color match them at that point. She would have been, I think when she first started getting into jewelry making, she'd have been like 6. Now she didn't start making money until a couple of years later with it, but I think she would have been 6 when she started showing interest in it. And then some of the eggs, we put some just like cute little fun charms that we had found that were either like her favorite character or there were some crosses. So she just had a lot of fun, not only hunting the eggs, but then opening them, sorting her beads in whatever container she was putting them in, and then looking through all the beads. It was just as good as hunting and getting a bunch of candy that you probably can't eat at that point anyways. Like usually most of us make our kids wait a little bit. We don't just let them eat it all in one day. So this is something she could open and use immediately, and she loved it. Now, other things that are creative that you can put inside of eggs would be like stamps, those little mini stamps that you can buy that are self-inked or whatever. Stickers, lots of different kinds of stickers can go in there. If you're doing some kind of like sand art kit for your kid, what you can do is take it out of the box, put all of the little containers arranged nice and neat in the basket with whatever other items you're putting in there, and then the individual little bags of sand you can put inside of the eggs. Diamond paintings are another thing that if you put the diamond painting inside the basket, you can put the individual little baggies of diamonds inside the eggs. So there's lots of creative stuff that you can put inside of the eggs. You just gotta think a little bit outside of the box. Now, theme number 3 is going to be games. Again, this is good for all ages, including husbands. If you have a husband that loves to play board games and card games, or even if they like to play like video games and you want to fill a basket of video games, I guess you can do that as well. Now, I have linked down in the description area. If you click over to the show notes, there is an Amazon cart that has all of our favorite games in there, educational and non-educational. We have tons and tons of games that we play every single month in our house. So if you want to get an idea of some different games that are good for different age groups, that would be a good place to go. And then as far as the eggs go, so I don't know really of many games that you can put inside of an egg, but if you're going with the game theme, you may just want to suck it up and put candy in your eggs, and then turn the egg hunt into a game itself to stay along with the theme. So what we've done in the past is we did a scavenger hunt, egg hunt. My daughter thought it was amazing. She loved it so much. She would have been probably 8 or 9. It would have, I don't think it was last year. I think it was the year before. Although I could be wrong. It could have been last year. I think it was the year before though. So even younger kids like scavenger hunts, and especially that like teenage years where they're a little too old to just like go in the backyard and pick up a bunch of eggs. A scavenger hunt makes it so much fun for them, and they're still getting to like participate in the holiday magic. So what I did is I linked the scavenger hunt that I put together down again over in the show notes. Everything's down in the description area. So there's one link, it's the show notes, flip over, and then on the actual notes that go along with this video, all the links are over there that I'm talking about. So it's a freebie. You can download it. You can hide them around your house. You can use your backyard. There are blank ones that you can make up your own clues if you don't like the ones that I have. And it's just a really fun way to make the egg hunts appeal to slightly older kids. So that would definitely be like the tween and teen age. And then also theme it with the games if you're going with a game theme for your basket. Now, if you're going to do a scavenger hunt, keep in mind, I only have one kid. So it's easy to, here's the clue, go find the egg that's hidden in this room. If you have more than one kid, chances are they're going to be varied in age. You do not want the older kids hogging and getting all the eggs and the little kids getting none of them because they got to the room last. So what I have done in the past with classes is we'll do a scavenger hunt, and when they get to that room, they each get to get one egg out of that room. Or if you want to hide more than one egg in there, you get one egg out of each color in this room, and you tell them there's going to be 3 colors, or, you know, whatever it is. So if you have more than one kid and you want to do a scavenger hunt, you absolutely can. But just keep in mind, you don't want your little ones not getting any eggs. So I break it up by telling them they get a certain amount of eggs per room, or maybe you break it up by color. So maybe throughout the whole scavenger hunt, kid A gets all the blue eggs, kid B gets the pink ones. And so you have a specific number of eggs per kid, in other words. Now, obviously this basket is a little bit pricier. So this is not something that I would just do randomly, but if you're already in the process of building your game library, you might as well do a game basket and a game themed Easter, because you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You're going to buy the games anyways. So why buy the games and buy a bunch of extra stuff for Easter when you could just combine them? Theme number 4 is going to be outside toys. Now this is great for literally any age all the way up through middle school. And you can tailor the toys obviously to the age of your kid. Now what's really fun, we did this one year, is if you don't want to use a basket, you can get one of those $10 big round plastic pools that you put in the backyard. And you can use that as your basket. Fill it up with Easter grass and then put a whole bunch of different toys and things in there. You can put a few Easter eggs in there as well. I have a picture up here. This is not the one we did. Ours did not look this fancy. We did not have like the big cellophane wrapping around it, but it did look really cool. Like my daughter thought it was awesome. And you can do like a bat and ball. You can do lots of different kinds of balls. You can do, if your kids are older, you can do a badminton set. You can do a pickleball set. You can do things they can play in the driveway. You can do bubbles. You can do chalk. You can literally do anything for whatever age your kids are that they will use outside. And then I love to put glow sticks in there, especially where we live now in South Carolina. It is definitely warm a lot of the year, so we love to go outside after dark when it cools down a little bit and play and hang out, especially if we're hanging out at the pool after dark. Glow sticks are just a lot of fun. Now, the eggs for that, again, you can put some small items in there like bouncy balls or jacks. There are a couple things that you can get real creative with outside toys. You also can, again, just suck it up and do a normal candy hunt at that point. Something I really like to do is I like to put glow sticks in the eggs and do it at night hunt. Now, you can still do normal candy in this or anything you want to put in there, but the glow sticks just make the hunt a little extra fun. Now, something you can do to stay in theme with the outdoor toys is instead of having anything in the eggs, you can have little pieces of paper that are coupons. So let's say you do this in Easter, and these coupons would be good through the entire rest of the summer. You can have dates on them if you want to, or they can be open-ended. I would put dates on them because it's a lot easier to actually make yourself do them. If you have open-ended ones, your kids may be like, well, you know, Dad's never going to do this, so it's really not that fun. But if you have dates on them, it gives them something to look forward to. So the coupons can be for things like going and playing basketball, having a family swim day, doing mini golf, going to the arcade, going to an amusement park, literally anything you want to put in there that are like family activities, primarily outside if you're doing an outdoor theme, but realistically you could do indoor, outdoor, they would still have fun with all of it. Now, number 5 is one of our favorites, and that is a pool-themed Easter basket. Now, again, if you have a kid that doesn't like to swim or y'all don't have access to water, you wouldn't do this one. But like for us, for example, we live 75% of our year in the pool. So we've done this twice, I want to say. And it's pool themed because you can put toys in there. You can put literally anything you want in there. This can be for all ages, again, including adults and husbands. Now I have one that specifically is for husbands. I'm just saying like several of these can be for husbands as well. So pool themed. You can do pool toys, you can do bubbles, again, you can do chalk if your pool is out by the cement where, you know, there's places you can draw around. You can do balls, you can do different pool games. If you go to Amazon, and again, I have them linked in the show notes, there's a whole bunch of like pool games. We've bought several of these and really like them. Now, here's what's really cool. For little kids, you can do a cute swimsuit, you can do floaties, you can do sunglasses, you can still do all the fun things. But if you have a teenager, especially a teenage daughter, you can put a Stanley in there because they're going to, or really just any kind of water bottle that's popular. But you can put a water bottle in there. It's going to keep their stuff cold while they're at the pool. You can do a wet dry brush. You can do some fancy tanning lotions or any kind of like skincare type stuff specifically for a pool. You can do chlorine shampoo if your daughter has long hair. That's something that I know I definitely use, is specific shampoo and conditioner in the summer when we're swimming a lot because my hair starts looking a little stringy by the end of the summer. You can do a new swimsuit, you can do a new towel, you can do a new beach bag, you can do all kinds of things and make this just a really fun Easter basket for whatever age you're going for. Now for the eggs, this is one because it is specifically like a pool theme. I would do candy or I would do gum. You can also do like chapstick in there. You can do, for really little kids, little toys that float, and maybe just get slightly bigger eggs and get like some rubber duckies or something. So you can do lots of fun things with a pool themed basket, and then the eggs are going to be a little bit more traditional for that one. Now number 6 is going to be our slime basket. This was my daughter's all-time favorite. We'll probably end up doing this again in the next year or two if she's still into slime, which I'm guessing she's probably going to be. So you can do a slime basket 2 ways. You can do pre-made slime where you're buying a bunch of slime. Or what we did is we did the DIY slime basket. So inside the basket were the 2 different kinds of glue. She had containers. She had some larger containers of mix-ins. There were lots of things in the basket, activators, baking soda, and then like we made it look pretty, just basic stuff though. And then the eggs, we had a lot of fun with. So you can put scents in there, like smelling scents that you put directly into slime. You can put pigments. My daughter loves the pigments that we got her. You can put lots of different kinds of mix-ins. When they open up the basket and realize that it's all the stuff that they get to make slime, and my daughter still does this to this day. So our slime basket was years ago. And to this day, we had a friend over today, and I'll put a picture up here. They were out making slime for over an hour. Now, typically, I don't make them go outside to make the slime. However, I had a tutoring student coming this afternoon, and so I was not wanting a big mess in the area that we were going to be tutoring. I also didn't want them to be a distraction. I didn't know if they were going to be done before he got here. So I made them do it in the backyard. But it was perfect weather to be outside. And yeah, every time friends come over, the first thing my daughter says is, Mom, can you make sure they bring play clothes because we want to make slime? So she, to this day, she loves making slime. And a lot of stuff that she uses are things that we put in that Easter basket, and we just keep rebuying them when she runs out of certain colors or whatever things were like mix-ins for the slimes. Now, theme number 7 is going to be our road trip basket. This is one of my favorites. For a couple of years before we moved to South Carolina, we traveled around with my husband for his job. And so we lived in and out of hotels. We traveled all over the place. It was a lot of fun. But that also meant we had to get pretty creative with some things to do in the car, because some of these rides were, shorter. They were 5-6 hours, but then there were some that were like 11 and 12 hours. So we did not want our daughter glued to a screen the entire time, every time we got in the car. So we started getting real creative when it came to like a road basket we would put together. And that's something that can easily be turned into an Easter basket if you have any kind of like spring break plans coming up. If your spring break is after Easter, I know this year spring break is before Easter because Easter's so late in the year. But if you have a family vacation or something coming up, that would work for that as well. So things that can go inside of a road trip basket would be like Mad Libs type books, any type of activity books really. You could do a new water bottle if you wanted to. You can do earbuds. You can do a neck pillow. You can do some over the seat storage. You can do different road trip games. Of course, you can do some snacks. Now with road trip games, you can get some on places like Amazon and things like that. I have a road trip planner that I put together. It has a ton of games in it as well. Now what I did is I printed these off and I laminated them and then put them in a little notebook. You can put them in a folder, but that way we use them road trip after road trip. Like I have them over here still. And I did this, it would have been a year ago that I put this together. We were going on a cross-country trip with our church in a bus. And I knew I did not want my daughter on a screen the whole time, although she did get a lot of extra screen time. So I put this together, and I'm going to flip through and show you some of these games. We were on a bus for about 10 hours the first day. We were on a bus for 5 or 6 hours traveling from that destination to another destination. And then on the way back, we were on the bus for, I want to say like 17 hours. It was a straight back trip. We ended up sleeping a few hours on the bus as well. And this kept her entertained the entire time. And not only her, it kept a lot of her friends also entertained because everyone was using these pages that we put together. So again, this is a whopping $5. You get everything to let your kid kind of help plan the trip so they have a little bit of autonomy over the things that they're doing and packing, and some responsibility comes into that. And then they also have a ton of fun things to do while they're on the actual road trip. Again, linked over in the show notes. Now, the eggs for a road trip is going to be one of two things. You can put money in the eggs and specifically have it be money that they know they get to spend on the road trip. You can also put snacks and candy in there. So get a bag of their favorite candy, split it up between the eggs. But if you want them to save a majority of it for the road trip, you need to have clear expectations before they hunt the eggs that the things that they find in the eggs are specifically for the road trip. So when they open the eggs, their immediate thought isn't going to be, ooh, how much candy can I shove in my face today? And then you can, if you want to, when they're done opening their eggs and looking through the stuff, like, oh, you can have this many pieces of candy today, and then the rest gets put up for the road trip. So candy definitely goes in this one, but it's candy with a purpose. Now, number 8, this, I would like to get a basket like this. It would be a clothes-themed basket. Again, any age works for this. Pre-K through lower, even upper elementary, depending on the kid. This is a fun time to get those really cool little springy type clothes that you're going to buy, or type things. So like your umbrellas and your rainboats and your cute little raincoats, and you can get some springtime dresses that have like the cute little flowers and stuff on them, or the cute little bow ties for your boys. You can also throw chalk and some little small outdoorsy items, bubbles, things that you can use outside. And then inside the eggs, you can do things like chapstick, and you can do fun like hair accessories that go with spring if you're doing it for a girl. If you're doing it for a boy, you can do Hot Wheels cars. Those are like, you got to open them obviously, but those typically will fit inside of a slightly larger egg. And that's a good spring activity for most boys, is going outside and playing with cars. Now for middle school and high school, you would do less cutesy, although again, some middle school girls still want some of the cutesy things, but you can do like an athletic basket. So maybe they're wanting some extra leggings, or they need a new pair of gym shoes, or some shorts, or whatever it is that you're putting in there. You can get them a gift card to their favorite athletic brand. You can do a hoodie, you can do socks, you can do headphones, you can do a water bottle. You can make it, an athletic thing. Chances are they're probably out of the egg phase, but if you still want to do an egg hunt and they're still wanting to get some eggs, you can do hair ties and scrunchies and different things for the girls. I don't know what you would do for teen boys when it comes to eggs other than maybe money. Now, number 9, and again, I would like to get this one, guys. Like this, I say, some of these are good for husbands, but realistically, if you are a husband, or maybe you are a teenager watching this and you're like, ooh, I want to put something together for my mom, y'all, number 9 is a spa basket. What mom would not want to get this? What teenage and middle school girl would not want to get this? So here you can have all of your traditional spa items. You can put a robe in there. You can put slippers. You can put bubble bath. You can put bath salt. You can put bath bombs. You can put a bubble headband. You can put different things of skincare. You can put some fuzzy socks. And then with the eggs, now again, chances are they're probably out of the egg phase, but if they're not, the eggs can be a chapstick. You can put smaller bath bombs in there. You can put different like face oils, the little body oil beads. I don't know if they're still big. They were big in the 90s. I guess they might not be that big anymore. Chapstick's another one that can go in there. Now listen, if you have a teenager or a teenager that you're like, they're kind of over the whole egg hunt thing, they're not that into scavenger hunts, you can do what's called a scrambled egg hunt. This is really fun. I'm actually doing this with my daughter and a bunch of her teenage friends this year. Now again, it's a little bit pricier than a normal egg hunt, but it is what it is. Our kids are getting older. The holiday magic comes with a bigger price tag, I guess. So what we're doing is they are hunting eggs that have letters in them. So instead of opening an egg and having a piece of candy, they open the egg and it has a letter. Now in my backyard, I'm going to put a table out there that's going to have some prizes. And the prizes will have a paper underneath with the name of that prize. So let's just say, for example, just to make it easy, let's say there's a Snickers bar and I wrote the word Snickers. So when you say go, the teenager runs out. They're only allowed to get one egg. They come to the table, they open it, they immediately take out the letter and put it on whatever letter it matches at the table. They keep doing that until one of the prizes gets filled up. So let's say, again, Snickers. Everything's filled up except the C. You come back, you open up your egg, you have a C, you put it down, you get the Snickers bar because you completed the word. So each prize, whoever completes the word with that prize gets that prize. Now, the way I'm doing it to make it a little bit more fair and make sure that kids get prizes and not one person gets lucky and gets everything is once you get 2 prizes, you're out. So once you get 2 prizes, you sit on the sidelines, and then that way it just ensures every kid gets the same amount of prizes. Now, what they get is completely left up to chance. There's going to be bigger and smaller prizes. So, hopefully your kids are good at sportsmanship. So sometimes teenagers are, sometimes they aren't. But this would be really cool to do in like a youth group or something too. But yeah, so definitely a fun way to do an Easter egg hunt with older kids. Now, in line with the spa basket, if you wanted to do this for littler kids, so let's say older elementary and below, or if you have a middle schooler that just isn't really into the spa thing, but still likes like fun bubble baths, and there's nothing wrong with that. I am a fan of keeping our kids young for as long as possible. Do a bath basket. So instead of the more upscale spa basket, same concept, but it's going to be for a slightly younger crowd. You can do pajamas and slippers and bath crayons and bath bombs and the little color changing tablets that you can throw into the bath to make them change color. You can do bath glitter if you're a glitter person. I am not. I do not like glitter all up in my bathtub, but you can do it. Some parents are fine with that. You can do those paints that turn into body wash. Of course, you can do bath toys in there. You can do a new toothbrush and some fun toothpaste. Like, you can do a lot of things with the bath. And then when it comes to the eggs that go along with that, you can put smaller bath bombs in there. You can do the color changing tablets and put those inside of eggs. You can also get slightly bigger eggs and put some like floaty toys in there. Now, last but not least, and this is the one I said is specifically for husbands. So y'all have heard of a candy bouquet, correct? I've done this a couple of times. My husband thought it was really cool. I've not ever done it for Easter. I'm just saying I've done it for different things. So for an Easter basket, you can do a gift card bouquet. So you're still going to use the basket. Now, the way this works is you can go to any like Hobby Lobby type place, but the dollar store usually has it. There's this like green foam stuff that's in the floral section that people use when they make bouquets. Put that in the bottom of your basket, and that's where everything's going to be stuck into. So I typically will get skewers from like Walmart for $2 and glue or tape whatever my candy or my gift card is going to be. And I put it on the skewer, stick the skewer into the little green thing. And then when I'm all done, I put the Easter egg like grass around it. And that just makes it look even cooler than just handing somebody a gift card. So a gift card bouquet or a gift card basket is great for husbands. It's also really good for your teenagers and your college students that are not living at home anymore. You still want to do something fun when they come home on break, but they're probably not going to be bringing back a suitcase full of candy and different things. And I mean, what college kid doesn't need gift cards? So I didn't put anything with eggs on this one for the simple fact that probably they're not going to be hunting eggs if you're giving them gift cards for Easter. Like, they're probably out of that stage. But I do know some older college boys that would love this scrambled egg thing that I just showed you where you can earn more gift cards. So actually you can do an Easter egg hunt if you have kids that, again, are a little bit young at heart and still like to do fun things like that. Now, I've got two honorable mentions that I did not put on the list, but they're going to be color themed and character themed. So you can always do a color themed basket or a character themed basket to where you're not having to put all of one theme in there. Like, it's not all outdoor stuff. It's not all makeup. It's not all skincare. It's just all blue or pink or pastels or rainbow or whatever it is like that. Or again, it can be all Stitch or all Frozen or all Cars or, you know, whatever your character is. Now, this is actually what we were going to do this year. We were going to do a pastel theme. And I say was going to do because I ordered some pastel markers that she's been wanting. She's huge into art stuff anyways, but she specifically is one of these pastel markers and some nice colored pencils. So I ordered both of those. She also wanted a pair of shoes that happens to fall in that pastel bracket. She wanted some athletic skirts for camp this year, and those fell into the pastel bracket. Now, my original idea was to put all of this stuff together in a nice, fun little basket, put the cellophane around it, put a big bow on top, and have that her Easter basket. Well, it quickly turned into a smaller Easter basket because I realized when I got the different things, she needed to try on the skirts and also the shoes. And I'm glad she did because we got to return a couple of things. And had I waited till Easter, our return window would be gone. So I was like, well, I'll just do some fun pastel things. The markers are going to be the main thing in there. It'll be a smaller basket, but she'll understand it's just because she's gotten more stuff already before Easter. Until all of her stuff was delivered, I did not realize that they were in the bags. She was unloading the other stuff that was delivered with them, and she found everything. She's like, Mom, these are the markers I've been wanting. And I was like, indeed they are. So I asked her, I was like, well, these were for Easter. I can put them back and still wrap them up in a basket and make them nice and pretty for you, and you can get them Easter morning. Or you can have them now since you already saw them. She chose now. which makes sense because it's not a surprise anymore. So she's not going to get a traditional basket this year, which makes me a little bit sad, but that's okay. She will still end up getting a chocolate bunny and probably some kind of like a stuffed animal. Squishmallows are big for her age group right now. And then I'll probably just make her a cute little handwritten card. She's a huge words of affirmation kid. So still be something cute and special she can find on her bed the afternoon of Easter, but it probably will not be the big Easter basket. She's also not doing an egg hunt this year because we're doing the one with her friends. And that's going to be not this Friday, so not in 2 days. Or when you're watching this video, it will be 2 days later that we're doing the scrambled egg hunt. So if you want to see how that works, create my Instagram in a couple of days and you'll be able to see like the real time stamp of how that works for a group of teenage girls. So our Easter day is going to look much different than it has in the past. Usually she wakes up, she gets a fun Easter basket. We do like a scavenger hunt to find it in the morning, or we'll do like bunny paw prints when she was little. And then after church, we come home and do a big egg hunt. This year, we will not be doing either of those things. So I think probably we will have just a special breakfast that morning. Probably. I don't know 100% on that. Probably. If we don't have a special breakfast, I might buy her something special that she can have for breakfast. Like there's certain things that she really likes that we don't ever buy. Pop-Tarts being one of them. I know you're going to be like, that's not a special breakfast. It is when your kid's only allowed to eat Pop-Tarts once a year. So we might do that. And then when we come home, instead of an egg hunt, we'll be doing a couple special crafts. She's real crafty and loves to do certain things like that. So we'll sit down and do something together. I'll plan it out before then. And then probably we'll end up playing a couple games. So looking forward to having a lot of fun family time for Easter, but it will look different than years past because she's getting older. Now, if you have any fun, unique Easter traditions or baskets, things that you can put in eggs that are a little out of the ordinary, or just fun things that you've done in the past that you want to drop a picture down below, feel free to do that as well. And I will see y'all next week.